What up, guys? I'm back. And today I am going to be doing something a little bit different. I've got my PS5 Edge controller here that I've been slowly kind of just doing different modifications to it. Putting different things on it, just trying certain things out. It does have a set of Hall effect sticks. They came out with a stick that had the Ginful sensors on the Alps stick, and I think it's this one. And then of course you've got your regular Ginful stick over here. So honestly, between the two, you can't really tell any difference. You'll see that I've got a different back shell on here. So I had that age-old problem with these things where the rubber comes up underneath them. This is a high mileage controller. I bought it off of somebody so I could just kind of start playing with it, and I actually started using it as my main controller. But there is a problem with this X button. It's got like that hair trigger. Sometimes it'll double tap when you're using it. So I could take it apart and clean it and probably get it working again properly. It's probably just the membrane and the rubber pad that's under there. But I decided to go a different route since I've kind of been using ExtremeRate for a lot of stuff as far as modifications. I wanted to try out. They've got a clicky button conversion you can do on these controllers. So basically, it looks like it replaces the flex cable. So they provide you a new flex cable, and then of course it's got the actual click buttons on it. So I wanted to try putting that in. That's gonna replace the buttons and the actual gamepad. I'm not really too sure if I'm gonna like this over here. But for the buttons, for sure, it's going to be way better. So there's a couple things that come in the ExtremeRate kit. There's some new membranes. What else do we got in here? Bag of screws, which is nice. They include new screws. Oh, and instead of giving you a manual, they just give you a sticker with a website on it. Anything else in there? Looks like there's something else in there. What is that? Jammed way in the bottom and I can't get to it. There we go. Oh, stick springs new for your triggers. If I don't have to touch those, I won't, but we'll see how things go here. I've never taken one of these apart fully. I've just done a couple like see kind of mods here. So are the sticks. So yeah, both of these are Hall effect sticks. And I recently started doing something different with the Hall effects. One thing I'm noticing is the sticks don't come out with a lot of grease inside the actual mechanical part of them. And I was noticing like some kind of like not really sticking, but it was feeling kind of, I don't know. You weren't getting, it just didn't feel smooth. So I've put in some silicone grease into both of these, and oh my God, these are gold right here. So those are really good. I'm liking that conversion so far with those sticks. So get those top buttons off because there's always screws under those. I have changed these. Let's get those up and out of the way. There's the left. Yeah, there's a screw under there. Yeah, there's the right one. Okay, so we definitely have screws under there. This back piece is actually all clipped in, so you have to kind of get a tool behind there and unclip. Clip it. Just get it started there. That around. Oh yeah. Okay, that side's pretty much done. Let's get this side. Come on, there we go. Go around the back here. Okay. That one went back in. Let's get that unclipped. Okay, there we go. And the back piece comes out. I've already got the two top buttons out, so we can start taking screws out. This guy. Take these two out first. Kind of nice to take this all apart, honestly, because this thing was pretty beat when I bought it. The guy was, you could tell he was rough on controllers. It looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws that hold the back together, which is significantly more than the regular DualSense. Oh, there's two black ones in the base here. I'm not really too sure what those are. They're quite a bit longer than the silver screws, about double the length. One doesn't want to come out. Let's grab the tweezers. Okay, so I forgot to turn the camera on when I took that little plastic sliding piece off. Basically, there's a little spring on the end of it. You guys saw me take it off. You just use your fingernail to gently kind of peel it back a little bit or up and out, and it'll just unclip out of its little track there. So sorry I missed that, but you need to get these last couple screws, which are, I think, the last ones that are holding this thing together. Okay, that should be all of them. So now let's see. Okay, that's wanting to come apart. That's good. Okay, yeah. Up and a little stuck over on that side. And there we go. There's the back. Holy Toledo, there's a lot to this thing. Holy moly. Let's just go for all the main silver screws here. We'll see how loose everything gets. I do want to see if those... I thought I ordered some batteries for this thing. I'm going to see if I ever got those or not. Battery's pretty small in the Edge, comparatively speaking to the regular DualSense. It's like, I would say, a third the size. I would imagine it's third the charge as well. Well, that's not that great. All your silver screws are the same length, so you don't have to worry about, you know, making sure you're keeping track of those. The only two different ones are those two longer black ones that I showed you when I was taking apart the back. Battery itself, let's... that up and out of the way. Okay. Okay, so it just folds over on itself. It's plugged underneath. Just be careful with those connectors. You want to kind of peel up the back of these. They kind of just sit. The camera doesn't want to focus today. But yeah, anyways, just you want to try and lift this up from the back and it'll unclip the front and then you can pull it right out. So there's the battery. So it looks like we still have two screws here, which again look different than the rest. Those ones off to the side separately as well. Okay, and then this little bracket, that's what's holding in there with those two fatter screws. Okay, we got one black screw here in the battery tray. It looks like we have two more little tiny screws down right underneath the triggers here. So we'll get those out of there. Okay, that's starting to move some stuff. Those look the same. Yeah. Same as your regular silver screw. One either side, it looks like. Okay. All right. Now this whole assembly is starting to move. And it is on the ribbon cable, so we just need to be careful when we pull the ribbon. Basically grab it and pull it straight out. There's that one. There's that one. Okay. Okay, we've got two more screws here. Now that those are out, let's unveil these two here. Let's get those. Same. Well, there's only a couple that are different, but you got to make sure you keep those ones separate. There's this ribbon cable here. We need to make sure we disconnect that. Pull it straight back and out. Similar to the DualSense here, but a lot more work to get to it. I'll pull that. I'm going to pull this. Pull the small little ribbons on either side here. Just grab it gently with a pair of flat needle nose and pull straight up and out. Just going to move those kind of off to the side. Can we get this off now? Oh yeah. We're going to have to pull this one connector for the microphone. Okay, I'll get that out of the way. You don't actually have to disassemble the back paddles at all, outside of just undoing the ribbon cables. I do not recommend taking this apart. It is very, very finicky. So anyways, that's back together. So back to the motherboard. I think once we got that undone, looks like it's just held in with some clips here. Yeah, there it goes. Off it comes. Looks like we have one screw that's hidden underneath the motherboard. So we gotta get that guy out. Oh, I see. There's two black screws. They're hard to see. Right there. I'm gonna group these three together, as this is gonna go with the motherboard. Couple pieces you need to pay attention to. There is a your button for your PlayStation is right here. So just be careful you don't lose that little guy there. Okay, now it looks like we got some movement here. Box screws? I don't think so. Okay, there we go. Now that whole sub-assembly frame is pulling out. And boom. And yeah, I knew that was going to happen. Whatever. Let's put that. That's your PlayStation button. Okay. There we go. So the areas of interest we're looking at here, first of all, I just want to see, well, that's quite flimsy when it doesn't have all the pieces attached to it. So the ones that we're going to replace, what do we got here? Let's grab our little bag here. So we're going to be getting rid of this flex ribbon here. And to be honest, the button pieces look okay, so it's probably just a matter of these actually being dirty. Don't look terrible, but okay, so I'm going to change those. Put this one in. There are little alignment pins that you need to make sure you seat all the way. This seriously feels like it's going to fall apart, so just be careful. I think it will probably fall apart. Not being super diligent. Okay, so those are the old carbon pads. Okay, so this part, from what I can see, is done. And we'll bring this guy in, because the next piece we need to do is we need to change this actual flex. Careful. We've got these little guys that are over top, or can I? Maybe I can just go around them. Okay, I can. Okay. So you just gotta kind of gently bend the flex up and around. And we can this last flex piece out of here. And there is, it might be easier to take, yeah. So undo the bottom off the little pins first. And then that'll give you the play, so this will just pop up and out of there. Just like that. Okay. There we go. That's done. So we'll do kind of the reversal here. Okay. Get these popped in. Kind of hold everything for us. So. Okay, flip it back over. Oh, I came undone there. That's fine. Okay, then we're just going to go around. Pieces and up and underneath them. Just like that. And pop it down. This one, same thing. Pop it in, pop that in, and there we go. So now we have the micro switches installed. It's basically put everything back together. There we go. So I'll keep my flex and this just in case I ever want to put it back. I probably won't ever do something that ridiculous, but you know, you never know. I may not like the feel of those buttons on the control pad, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, so we can bring this main housing piece back in, and we can kind of just reverse the steps that we used to put this all together.
Freestyle, rock the microphone, straight from the top of my dome. Freestyle, rock the microphone, carry on with the freestyle. freestyler. Rock the microphone. Straight from the top of my dome. Freestyler. Rock the microphone. Carry on with the freestyler. 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 Rock the microphone. Carry on with the freestyler.
Like that. There you go, guys. So I now have clicky tactile buttons installed on all my buttons here. So cool. So there you go. There's the disassembly of the Edge controller for PS5. Definitely quite involved, and there's a lot of little pieces that you need to pay attention to. So there you go. Everything should be good to go. I'll give it a full run through on a couple games and see how it makes out. But yeah, Edge controller, tactile buttons. We are done. I will see you on the next one, and peace.